according to TFT development team that, when they looked for champions to remove, we wanted to identify the ones whose roles overlapped with those of incoming champs, but whose traits were self-contained enough that they could be removed without upsetting the entire meta. So, who did we end up taking out? Guess what? Void is out. You can no longer ignore your enemy's defenses. This, of course, means the following champs are gone: Kashks, Cho'Gath, Vel'Koz. And there is also very bad news that Valkyrie is also out. These champions have made their legend. If you are like most players who very like playing Kale, Misfortune, Kaisa, then right now these ladies already gone in TFT. This is very sad news, but there are many new champions in this update which should bring so much fun. Sona has been removed to make room for some new rebels and mystics. Soraka right now is the only champions have to stand on her own as healer of the galaxy. Kassadin is also out. She is also a very favorable champion for many players. However, she is much more like a void champion. Lux. She is also a very powerful champion, which one spell cast can stun many enemy champions. But she is out, so there are not 8 sorcerers anymore. New champions to existing traits. They're also adding a few champions to round out existing traits, and to make certain team comps more interesting to run. This includes adding a new cybernetic so you don't have to rely on hitting a legendary to get the gold badge, a new blade master who can use AP items, and a new rebel who doesn't have to stick with the group. Let's take a look. Vayne. 3 gold. Cybernetic, Sniper. Final hour, Vayne focuses for 10 seconds, tumbling away from her target immediately, and every third attack thereafter. Vayne is invisible while tumbling, and her first attack after each tumble deals 180, 200, 240% of her attack damage. Vayne gives Cybernetic the options it needs to get to 6 without needing to luck into Echo. She also serves as a powerful tier 3 carry who usually doesn't need a defensive item because their spell drops aggro. She should serve as a powerful AD carry, especially with Cybernetic and Sniper active. Zed. 2 gold. Rebel, Infiltrator. Contempt for the weak, passive, every third attack Zed deals 20, 40, 80 bonus magic damage and steals 25, 40, 80% of the target's current attack damage. Zed brings some unique capabilities to the Rebel lineup. As an infiltrator he can jump away from a rebel clump and offer a way for them to spread out. In addition, he serves as a great anti-carry who can steal away all of that carefully stacked AD. Great for getting in those pesky snipers' faces. Riven. 4 gold. Chrono Blade Master. Energy Slash, Riven dashes and shields herself for 300, 450, 900, then slashes forward dealing 100, 150, 450 magic damage. Every third cast, Riven leaps into the air and launches a wave of energy that deals 400, 600, 1800 magic damage. Blade Masters have all been pretty similar, and have required similar items, crit and attack speed, but that's about to change. Riven loves AP items that give her a bigger shield and help her deal massive damage, if she can get a third cast off. She even uses Ludens well, and can boost your chrono builds with Twisted Fate and Sorcerer. New traits and even more new champions. With that out of the way, they're introducing 3 new traits, and a total of 11 more champions. Here they are. Trait, Battlecast Champions, upon dealing or taking 10 instances of damage, trigger bonus effect based on their current health. If they're above half health, they deal 75, 150, 225 magic damage to the nearest enemy. If they're below half health, they heal for 75, 150, 225 instead. New champions in this trait. Illaoi, 1 gold. Brawler, Battlecast. Illaoi slams a tentacle in a line in front of her, dealing magic damage and stealing armor and magic resist from each target hit for 4 seconds. Nocturne. 2 gold. Infiltrator, Battlecast. Nocturne terrifies his target, stunning them with fear and dealing damage over the duration or until Nocturne dies. Kog'Maw. 2 gold. Blaster, Battlecast. For 3 seconds, Kog'Maw gains infinite attack range, 90% attack speed, and his attacks steal a percent of the target's maximum health as magic damage. Cassiopeia. 3 gold. Mystic, Battlecast. Cassiopeia launches her fangs at the nearest enemy that isn't poison, causing them to take damage over 12 seconds, and reducing the effectiveness of shields on them by 50%. Victor. 4 gold. Sorcerer, Battlecast. Victor burns a path between the two enemies whom are farthest away from each other, initially dealing % max health damage, then 1 second later dealing magic damage in an aftershock explosion along the same path. Urgot. 5 gold. Protector, Battlecast. Urgot fires a drill at the farthest enemy in his attack range, reeling them in and dealing 2000 true damage repeatedly until they die when they reach him and reducing his mana cost. Battlecasts are strong champions who start to heal after taking a beating. This added toughness, in addition to their ability to deal extra damage, allows them to dish it out just as well as they can take it depending on the situation. At a 2, 4, 6 splits, theirs is a flexible trait that can fit into many different comps. Several battlecasts also have unique capabilities. Kog'Maw and Victor do percentage health damage, Cassiopeia wrecks shields, and Urgot can obliterate literally anything. Another trait. Astro Dash trait, reduce your Astro Champ's mana costs by 30. New champions in this trait. Nautilus. 2 gold. Vanguard, Astro. Nautilus erupts the ground beneath his target, knocking them up and stunning them, and dealing magic damage. Enemies adjacent to the target are also knocked up and stunned for half the duration and damage. Bard. 3 gold. Mystic, Astro. Passive, Bard gains additional mana each attack. Active, Bard launches a meep onto his owner's bench which can be sold for 1 XP. Gnar. 4 gold. Brawler, Astro. Gnar leaps towards his target and transforms into Mega Gnar, throwing nearby enemies, dealing magic damage and stunning them for 2 seconds. While in Mega Gnar form, Gnar gains health and attack damage and becomes melee. Teemo. 4 gold. Sniper, Astro. Teemo scatters 3 traps around the nearest enemy. When an enemy is close to a trap or after 3 seconds it explodes, hitting nearby enemies, knocking them down and massively slowing them for 4 seconds. Astro champs are much more. Out there, they're astronauts, and each one brings something different to the battlefield. Nautilus stuns the enemy's front line, Gnar returns from the launch set with his giant team shove, and Teemo places powerful satellites on the board that can do tons of magic damage. Perhaps the most out there of the bunch is Bard. He's relatively weak in a straight-up fight, but he has a unique and powerful ability that creates, you guessed it, meeps. They can be sold for 1 XP each, allowing you to level up just a little bit quicker than your opponents. There's also another trait like Starship. Paragon. Trait, your team's basic attacks are converted to magic damage. Champion. Janna. 5 gold. Star Guardian, Paragon. Janna summons 5 tornadoes which fly forward in a large cone. Tornadoes grant allies they pass through attack speed for 5 seconds, while knocking up and stunning enemies for 1.5 seconds. Janna comes to the aid of her fellow Star Guardians as a new legendary champion, wielding a powerful spell that knocks enemies up and boosts allies' attack speed. Using Janna's unique trait, you can convert your team to do mostly magic damage, which can be useful if you're struggling against vanguards. Of course, you'll need to watch out for mystics and their team-wide magic resistance. Either way, Janna can table flip your matchups just by being on the board. There are also other changes. They're making a few other changes to existing champions, traits, and items. Traits. Chrono, buffed 4 and 6, and also added an AP bonus, which is every 0.75 seconds. For Brawlers bonus health is 600. Infiltrator 40, 70, 120% bonus attack speed. Celestial is now healing, 15, 40, 99% of damage dealing. Cybernetic bonus health and attack damage now are 350 health and 50 attack damage. and 600 health, and 90 attack damage, when active 6 cybernetics. 2 mystics is 40 magic resistance. 2 snipers add 12% bonus damage per hex. 4 snipers add 20% bonus damage per hex. 4 vanguards now bonus 300 armor. If you can find 6 vanguards, then there will be 750 bonus armor. Protector health shield is 30, 40, 60% on cast. Sorcerer is 20, 45, 80% bonus spell power. Also, there is no more 8 sorcerers anymore. Dark Star now has breakpoints at 2, 4, 6, 8 instead of 2, 6, 9, and now buffs Dark Star champions off any ally's death, not just other Dark Stars. Also, there will be these following damage bonus whenever any ally dies: 12, 25, 35, 60. Star Guardian added 9 Star Guardians which give 70 mana. Mech Pilot, the mech and pilots are all getting a lot of buffs. But now when the mech dies, the pilots come out only 35% health. Champions. Also, mech pilots champions got buffed a lot. By the following. Ezreal, now much more utility focused and able to cast much sooner, but deals less damage. Shaco spell damage increased. Syndra, if she kills her target, extra orbs move on to the next target. Never waste an orb again. Jhin, attack speed now scales with star level, so the Stark Star Killer's 3-star form is even scarier. Jinx rocket damage at level 3 is 1500, which is double damage from before. If you can get her to 3 stars, she can one-hit kill a unit. Aurelion Sol, fighter ships now drain enemies' mana. Echo, casts sooner, and attacks a number of times instead of every enemy once, so, if the enemy team has only a few champions left, he'll hit them multiple times. He also slows the attacks of enemies he hits. Items, Infinity Edge, now sets the holder's critical strike chance to 100%, also does less bonus damage, which is give 20% critical damage. Rapid Fire Cannon, now, in addition to the extra range, your attacks can't miss. Again. Seraph's Embrace are replaced by a Summoner's Rift Classic, blue buff. After each spellcast, the holder's mana is set to 20. If you have 2 items on the champion, then you still get 20 mana after casting. Demolitionist's Charge, join the Battlecast lineup. Replaced with Battlecast armor. Grants the wearer the Battlecast trait. Obviously. Jeweled Gauntlet gains plus 20% critical damage. Hextech Gunblade plus 35% spell vamp. Luden's Echo sets to 200 damage. Warmog's armor is now plus 1000 health. This includes components. Giant Slater is now dealing 20% bonus true damage. If enemy max health is over 1500, deal plus 80% true damage instead. Chalice of Favor is removed. And now changed to Chalice of Power. Plus 30 AP to your left and right champ. Other, Tier 3 champ pool expanded from 16 copies to 18 copies of each. Champions now sell back for their full value. Example, 2-star copies of 3-cost champs will sell for 9 gold instead of 5. Nico's help always works now. If there's nothing left in the pool, Nico will create a temporary extra champion. Just for you. Also drop chance changes. Make sure that hyper-rolling in the early will not be dominance. This is all the update for patch 10.12 PBE. All the changes coming to PBE on Wednesday, May 27th. Remember that the PBE has always been designed to allow a small number of players to test new systems and content before it goes live. Please make sure you like and subscribe to see more video. Thanks for watching.